Hi everyone! Today my video is going to be in English. I usually make my videos in Japanese. However, with this video, I felt the necessity to do it in English so that the non-Japanese speakers could also understand about what's going on in Japan right now. So today I'm going to talk about custody issues in Japan. So Japan is one of the very rare countries that currently do not have joint physical custody. Yeah, when I look on the internet, if I put like which country does not have is sole custody, does not have joint custody, like Japan pops up on the very first. So Japan doesn't have joint custody, but that's not the main issue. I think the main issue is that the only custody that we have, the sole custody, is not working properly. So people who have sole custody, the other one that doesn't have the custody, they have no visitation rights. So the parent could be, and this is not like a parent that's incapable. These parents are just normal people, like very nice people who just want to see their kids. They just get torn apart by the court legally. I have never seen like something this cruel, and the fact that they only give sole custody and no visitation right. Usually the mom, the woman, gets the custody, and the father can't see the child for like the next 18 years. And by then the mother has usually like brainwashed or whatever, like, you know, they cut ties because they can't even call. Like, it's like not just meeting, but like every contact they can't have. It's really excess. And the reason why I'm making this video is because this is clear. Obviously, you know, it's not gonna work because like psychologically, mentally, it's not healthy for the child and the father. But the main issue and the reason why I'm making this video is because many times when the mom gets this custody, she starts dating a guy who doesn't appreciate the kid, who abuses severely every day to death. And I'm checking the news every day. I see kids severely abused to death so frequently, like, so I'm not like even kidding. And when I read the article, I get goosebumps. It makes me sick to my stomach. It's so cruel that the way they die is like unimaginable. And once I read it, I lose my appetite. Like, it sticks into my head. I can't stop thinking about it. And you know, you're going to think one time is enough and Japan's going to try to make the change, right? No. Like the second kid, the third kid, the fourth kid, it's never changing. And I never ever thought a day like this is going to come that I'm going to make a video like this, because I was thinking or hoping that Japan's going to change, but that's not happening. And the law, like the court, does not function. It's really messed up to a point that when one parent, okay, so like child abduction is also legal in Japan, so you could just take off with your kid, and then you don't get criminally charged. However, the parent that was left alone, when they try to get the kid back, or sometimes they might have the custody and they try to get the kid back, that's going to be criminally charged. I mean, how do you wrap your head around this? Like, I don't understand how like this could be possible. And like there's a lot of international marriage, like a lot of Americans, they get married to Japanese women, their marriage doesn't work, the mom books a flight, they just take off with the kid, and then the American dad tries to go find the kid, tries to go get it, and then they get arrested in Japan. Like, this is really not fair. And I think, you know, like, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, the United Nations is aware of this, and I think they made a warning or something. And with that pressure, I think in 2014 or something, Japan did join the Hague Convention, which is like an international abduction treaty, like, you know, to prevent it. Yeah, they joined, but still in Japan, you guys only give out sole custody and try to, you know, tear apart the kid and the father or the parents' relationship, and it's just not working. You know, child abductions like everywhere within like Japan, and so many people are suffering. But more than anything, you know, the fact that the kids are dying, like being severely abused, and the government does not take any actions. Like, they don't do anything because apparently this is not like high priority matter to them, which is like insane to me, you know? Like, how can this not be a high priority? Kids are dying, like, kids are the future, and the way they die, it is, oh my God, it's so like disgusting. and nobody's taking action. So what is important to them? So yeah, they're really fast in taking actions with tax, because apparently that's like increasing tax, that's like super important to them. Recently they passed like it's called like a salaryman tax, which is basically like an extra tax for businessmen who work for corporations. So which is like pretty much like the majority of the Japanese. Yeah, that was fast. Like every single like tax increase, like law, whatever, like they'll approve right away. But this has like not changed at all. And they're like, the reason why I'm doing this is because like Japan, the government loves to ignore Japanese citizens. However, the only way they have changed in the past is when they get attention, like negative attention from outside Japan. Yeah. So I'm hoping people who watch this, who have like, media channel or whatever, like they're like, I want to put this word out so that people get people understand, and if they want to, like, I want them to spread the word out so that will like eventually lead to Japan changing. But yeah, like there was an article, I think this was in 2020. It was the Washington Post to write an article about like Japan, yeah, like divorce can mean losing child, and about the joint custody. And this case was like a woman. So the husband cheated, and the woman was so fed up, she was ready to leave with her kids. However, the husband was one step ahead. And so he took all 3 kids and ran off, and then the mom never saw them again. This is an article written by Simon Danier and Akiko Kashiwagi. Thank you so much for writing this. But yeah, this was written like 2020 October, and still 3 years later, where are we? It's getting worse. Like nothing has changed. It is about time to change. Like enough is enough. We can't keep losing kids in this kind of matter. Like it's so sickening. And the government isn't like doing its job. And I just want to say this, like, okay, so the Japanese government, the politicians, do you know how much money they're getting? Oh my God. Okay, I have to explain this better. Okay, Japan and US. Japan's population is 1/3 of the US. Okay, we don't have that many people. 1/3 of the US. However, Japan has more politicians than the United States. And in addition to that, each politician, I'm not talking about the prime minister, each politician's salary is world number 1 when you include all the incentives. And how much is that? That is way more than what the United States of President Biden is getting. Each politician in Japan, their salary is twice as much as Biden, the United States president. Can you believe that? Yeah, and the regular population average salary is not even as high as the US. It's very low. So the citizens' average salary is very low. However, the politicians, we have way more than the US when our population is only 1/3, and their salary, oh, surprisingly, it's world number 1. And you can't even get like this, you can't even protect like basic human rights, all you got to do is like tear apart kids and parents. This is so messed up, like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so I really wanted to talk about this today because I'm just hoping to spread awareness, because I live in California and I meet a lot of non-Japanese people, and yeah, Japan is a great country. I love Japan. People go there to travel, and a lot of the people are like asking me about Japan, how wonderful it is and whatnot. Yeah, it is a great country, but they have this like major issue that nobody really knows. People who are, if you're not Japanese, like you probably don't know about this. And I think it's just wrong to continue this. And, I just can't stay quiet about this anymore, because enough is enough. And I hope that, people will be more aware of this custody issues, the kids, getting abused severely. Like it's a lot. And, the Japanese suicide rate is really high, unfortunately. And I feel like this has something to do with it, because obviously if one day you're the child and like you suddenly like get separated from your dad and you can never see them for like the next 18 years, or like, dads can't see their kids, like, of course you're gonna get like depressed, and of course you're gonna think like, is there a reason for me to live if I didn't do anything wrong and now like I can't even see my kid? That's like really basic human rights, right? So yeah, I hope I hope if you do have like a media channel or something, like if you could just spread the word out, because Japan is like likely to change more, like faster, if like the outside countries are, you know, with the pressure of that. So but yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you with my next video. Bye bye.